that I considered wanting to watch on stream, as I turned that off, was the Very Serious Business. This is done by the Internet Historian, who is an amazing content creator who does all these review pieces, basically, in regards to events that happened in the internet that have sparked some sort of discussion or some sort of interest, maybe potentially even hit mainstream. He's done a bunch of videos about like the Fallout 76, the Engoodening of No Man's Sky, which, for anyone that remembers when No Man's Sky came out in 2016, it's nowhere near the game that it is now. It's getting close, or maybe even it's already... no, it's getting close to the original idea of what No Man's Sky would have been. There's still a bunch of things in the game that haven't been put into it yet, but I'm sure that if they maintain the same development that they've had so far with the game, maybe it'll get there in about 3 years. He also did a few videos about these past 2 years, as in the virus, you know, the virus. That one. What else had I seen from him? The Area 51, the Cost of Concordia. But this is one that I haven't seen yet, and I don't even know. Can I quickly? Is there a description for what this is about? It's hard to be a brand. I guess not. So we'll just be surprised with what this is about. Oh yeah, this I have seen a whole bunch of people that are React streamers, and I stand by it that in order to react to something, it needs to be transformative. So, with that being said, there will be multiple moments, most likely, that I'm going to pause in order to explain, throw in my 2 cents, or question, look something up, in order to see if it correlates with something that I'm familiar with. That's potentially going to happen throughout this entire video. So, yeah. So, I have not seen this video. I'm unfamiliar with it. I do believe, though, that when I started up the video, there were like 3 frames. So, I need to make sure that I fully have read all of these. This video meets the criteria of legal fair use and those of YouTube's guidelines. No citation herein constitutes infringement under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. The following is satire and journalistic in nature. All images and media have been sourced from public record. Oh, well, in that case, then I should be fine, right? And a special care has been taken to censor names, faces, specific locations, records, and personal information of those featured to protect their privacy. Names of individuals mentioned in this video meet the criteria of public figures. Care has still been taken to keep any other information about these individuals private. The following is not an endorsement or condoning of harassment towards individuals featured in this film. Please behave yourselves. Yeah. You monkeys.
This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
We're starting off strong. What? How do you start off with the Raid Shadow Legends ad? Like, I've already seen enough Internet Historian videos to know that he usually incorporates them further into the video with a very nice segue. But to immediately start off with the Raid Shadow Legends ad, I'm surprised. Good old Brandon. Yes, my favorite race is also the High Elves.
Business is important.
Questionable.
Business is professional.
Should be.
Business is the engine in the car on the road that drives us forward to our journey. There is no I in business.
Okay.
Welcome to the seminar.
There is an I in business, though.
101. First slide, please. It's August.
I should say I haven't seen PowerPoint in maybe 3 years, and I can't say I missed it.
6th, 2013, and we're at a conference in Nashville, Tennessee. Agile 2013. What's Agile? Well, it's blah, 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 blah. That bit's not terribly important. What matters?
Wait, no, I want to see some of these slides. Okay, maybe not. Hang on, what was said? Hundreds gather to learn, or teach, and mingle with others in businesses that have adopted the Agile framework. Okay. Agile in practice has received its fair share of criticism for its extreme methodologies and closing itself off to anyone not involved in the system, lean software development, a subculture within the Agile community. Again.
Well, it's blah, 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 blah.
Go fast, fail often, and keep iterating. Maybe I do want to go frame by frame for these ones. If it's things like this, like I might be missing treasure. To be fair though, like they're already mentioning Scrum. I like Scrum. Scrum is good. Scrum is good. So okay. Like this is already like you don't start with the idea. You start with does it make money?
Blah, blah. Blah, blah.
This was the one I didn't read. Lean offers a solid conceptual framework of values and principles, as well as good practices derived from experience that support agile organizations. That's a whole lot of something, meaning nothing. Also, what was this? This was Windows XP, right? Or was this Windows 7? No, this was Windows XP. Or is it Vista? Vista, yeah, okay. I never had Vista, but it definitely was from that generation. Also, the Epic Game Store being open for a PowerPoint presentation about business. Valid.
It's not terribly important.
Wait, a DashCon DVD? Hang on.
What matters is that this is a very professional environment. Keynotes, panels, networking.
You're fascinating to talk to.
And a quirky little idea. Interactive display boards. 5 of these placed across the convention ground.
You know, I still need to have that moment in VR though, where I have something approach my vision and it scares me. Wait, should I do that one time? Should I go and go on a roller coaster ride in VR and see if it actually disorients me or not? Just play horror games? Nah, fun.
Grounds, in lobbies, the cafeteria, gathering grounds. And there's a brilliant innovation to go with them. An automatic Twitter feed.
Oh.
Simply use the hashtag Agile2013 and your unmoderated message will appear on the board.
See, I've had this with yeah, for Twitter, of course, I use the common hashtags for tweets. And I did it I used the hashtag gaming one, and I had a GTA updates Twitter account that, like, as soon as it was posted, it would immediately retweet it, and it was annoying the hell out of me. But seeing that was already around 3 years ago for an entirely different hashtag does not surprise me. You're asking what we can do together, Phasmophobia? I don't even like playing Phasmophobia just on PC. Why would I play it in VR? Like, I don't think that would improve the experience. I mean, it wouldn't make it worse. But...
It even displays images. What an amazing idea, you guys. And people were loving it, giving feedback, showing their pride.
I can already see where this is gonna go.
for a whole 87 minutes.
87
when one
minutes.
attendee had a
Okay.
very unprofessional
I should
idea.
say that took
He
longer
takes a
than I
photo of one of the
expected.
displays and posts it to a certain message board with the following text. Hello, B.
Okay. Oh,
I
no.
come to you in a time of great need.
What is going to
5
happen?
giant screens. Ridiculous avatars, gore, and trap imagery would be much appreciated.
Oh no.
Please, pretty please.
Oh no.
Well, we'd better test this out. So people logged into Twitter, wrote something dumb with the hashtag Agile2013, and hit send. A minute later, a new photo comes up on the message board. Confirmation.
To be fair though, like, you have everything that you could do, and this was the first thing that came to mind. Yeah, no, you know what? In internet terms, if this is your first idea of something dark, this lines up.
So there was everyone enjoying the conference, when suddenly,
Where in this convention do I find the Zimmerman-themed butt plugs? My daddy never had big man talk with me. How do I make baby? I want baby.
and from there it escalated.
There's a guy having concerning
with a dead person in the
Asians
toilet
should
should
be
find
ignored
me.
as they
I
are
will
only
let you
good
have
for making
some
concerning
punching
teamwork.
fuck.
Asians
Father
should
never
be ignored
accept
as they are
something
only good
gay.
for making 9/11.
Now it didn't take long for Agile organizers to notice.
Agile Alliance does
Maybe.
not approve of the misuse of the hashtag.
You
And
know,
here
you'd
was
think
the
that they
fatal
would.
mistake. They thought,
It's only like 3 trolls from Twitter. It's no problem.
Yeah,
so
it's
they
only 3
rallied their
trolls.
troops, telling them to fight back with the report spam function. Well, said B,
If they want war, we'll give them war.
You don't you don't antagonize anonymous Twitter users. That's always going to lead you down a path that you can't come back from. No, as soon as there's only one route sticking through 4chan or any of the, well, I guess any of those platforms, they smell blood in the water. And to be fair, I am one of those people that would indeed say that all's fair in love and war, and if they initiate war in this manner, should know what's waiting. Should know what's waiting.
and honestly, they took it too far. They started posting increasingly reprehensible stuff on the timeline, to the point where all of the other attendees were drowned out by a deluge of horrific images.
Hitler did nothing wrong.
Their reporting was slow and ineffective against people making alt
Hey,
accounts,
it's Arma.
so with each passing minute, they were losing more ground. A couple of Agile attendees stuck their heads up over the trenches and drew targeted fire.
Looks like the feed is being spammed pretty badly. Maybe time to switch hashtags. I can't be the only one reporting all these people. Why doesn't Twitter make them go away?
Lisa is giving free toss jobs at the main screens.
Flailing round,
I'm blocking and blocking, but they keep coming up.
eventually,
Yep.
someone from B offered some useful
should.
advice.
Have you tried getting the cyber police involved?
How do I contact these sites?
No. Why? It. This is how you know that you have experts working for you during these events. How on. No, you know what? The internet in 2013 was a completely different place. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Cyber police.
But tragically, the cyber police never came. Report them! Stop them! Cried one of the organizers. But it was no use. And soon he was targeted too, with his profile and personal pictures shopped into compromising positions.
No.
Then those shops were, of course, posted back onto the Agile hashtag. Eventually, Agile had had enough, and they surrendered, disabling the Agile 2013 hashtag. And that was the end of it.
Yep.
Or was it?
Oh no.
Because it turns out there was another functioning hashtag,
No.
Agile2. And once B figured that out, they took to destroying that as well. And that really was the end of it. Or was it?
How many times? No, you know. I should expect better now. Like, this is the internet. They will always find a way. Like, as long as they have those boards up, they might as well have just turned those boards off. You know. But yeah, I guess it was already a case. Like, that hashtag was now part of that brand. Still though, like this. It is funny though to see the snowball effect of one person just sending out one message to an internet board like that, and it snowballs into such an avalanche of pure, unfiltered. Yeah, this is the internet. This is the internet.
Because B found the host's website. They went straight to the source, uploading content directly to the displays. And that really was the end. The next day, the only thing on the displays was this message.
We are working on shutting down the Eventifier
look at
site.
that.
We are reporting abusive accounts. We are also trying to find all other sources and shut them down as well.
I'm sorry.
And that was the tragedy that befell the Gaylord Ops.
What?
Very unprofessional, you guys.
Huh.
Gaylord Ops.
Cool name.
Very unprofessional, you guys. Slide 2, please. But first,
Oh no, the
Ad
pop-up ad.
Shadow Man here with Raid Shadow Legends.
Here we go. Show me those
Available
high
now on
elves.
iOS and Android. It's a totally free RPG PvP DVD for people with ADHD, but don't take my word for it. Here's someone from IGN. Look how many positive reviews it has. In fact, I bought another
Miller,
phone with my
you
sponsorship
bastard.
money so I can
Hello.
dual-wield Raid Shallow Legion.
Do you guys not have phones? Yeah.
Dozens of upgradable characters, fleshed out storyline with... Wait, I just realized this is my one opportunity to say bad stuff about Shroud.
I've watched almost every one of his videos.
He'll never hear it because he always skips my fucking ads. Wait. Red Shady Legends. But don't take my word for it. Here's someone from Qualcomm. Mom, I've been playing for 2...
Again, like I don't know if I need to even state this, but any ad during an Internet Historian video is worth watching, no matter the circumstances. Every I think I heard someone say it before, where like some people are actually, when they see an Internet Historian video come up, they pretty much look forward to just watching the ad, or they look forward to watching the ad. You didn't skip this one. Of course he didn't. Have you coincidentally, have you got a link for me to that? Like, I want to see how Shroud reacted to this. Like, I know that, I think Shroud is generally a rather chill dude. Or I might be thinking of someone else. But yeah, I'm curious what his reaction was to getting called out like that.
2 days straight, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Hey, wait, no, stop. Mum! Look at this one. I use this champion because she has a massive Are you playing a fucking console? Throw that in the trash, my dude.
That's my dialysis machine.
Your
Oh.
phone is the only dialysis
Oh, no.
machine you need. Giant boss fights, PvP battles, almost 10 million players. Are you playing yet? Get it with the code in the description and get 50k silver and a free epic champion. What a twist! There's also big plans to update the game. Here's a roadmap for the next 6 months. Alright, get the game. I've been Shadow Man. Thank you.
I should be right in the feeling that most people haven't even played Raid Shadow Legends, right? Or does Raid Shadow Legends have such a massive player base that I never heard about? Because I sure as hell haven't touched it. I haven't even opened it in the App Store just to see what kind of rating it has. Like, I just assume everyone accepts it as a meme. It will always be a part of my curiosity.
Right, where was I? McDonald's is a business. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. All mine. In January of 2000.
I'm just gonna go internet story, and you have the free pass of shit talking anything in regards to McDonald's. Like, I would not feel any personal. Yeah, it wouldn't affect me personally if you made bad comments about McDonald's. I'm just saying. Like, it's free ground.
2012, they had a brilliant idea. Let us improve brand perception with Twitter. Let us appeal to the common man with hashtag Meet the Farmers. A campaign that informs them that our meat only comes from local, independent producers, and not from, as the papers report, orphanages. So they published this promo.
And I don't think I've ever gone to work a day in my life.
And success.
Hell yeah, lads. Another win as usual.
People were loving it.
Oh.
They had their usual detractors, of course, but overall, good stuff. So they swapped out this hashtag with a new one, McD's Stories. And here's where things took a turn. They wanted the Twitter public to tell their experiences at McDonald's. Obviously, only good things ever happen at McDonald's. This is going to be a slam dunk. Let us shake hands in confidence at our imminent success. So McD's Stories premiered on the Twitter homepage, and...
One time I walked into McDonald's and I could smell type 2 diabetes floating in the air and I threw up. I had the same type of experience, not ever in a McDonald's though. I have to say, like, the McDonald's that I've been in pretty much always smelled like the Nuggies. No, it was during my trip to London. We went into, was it like M&M Land or something along those lines? There's some kind of M&M building there. I went in, and I legitimately, I looked at my classmates who we were on excursion with, and I just told them, guys, I don't think we should spend longer than 5 minutes in this building unless we are expecting to get some medical researches going to find out that we got diabetes just from visiting this store. It was the most intrusively sweet smell that I have ever experienced. And as someone who stood behind, who has worked a couple of weeks behind a garbage truck, I would much rather have stood behind that garbage truck for a couple days more than I would ever like to enter a place that smelled as sweet as that McDonald's or as that M&M store did. Genuinely. You found the clip? All right. Getting 2 minutes of Twitch ads. Yeah, that's Twitch for you. That's Twitch for you. Oh wait, did you get 2 minutes of Twitch ads on my channel? Or was it on the clip? Like, if it's just a Twitch clip, then do we get ads on Twitch clips? On my channel. Well, thank you for your patronage. That's definitely at least worth 2 tightly squeezed hugs. Sent it on Discord? Alright, we'll go and have a look after this video.
Within 5 minutes, it was clear that people weren't going to harp on about the time they got a free extra sauce with their McNuggets. Instead, they were going to tell McHorror stories.
No, we need to read this. We need to read this. Okay. Having to make a 100 McRib sandwiches, that sucked. Worst years of my life. Would you like fries with that? A worker in my hometown had to pee, but they wouldn't let him because he was on the grill in a rush. Peed down his leg, really. Yeah, I think most people, when they see McD stories, they don't necessarily interpret that as praise McDonald's. They could just interpret this as they did, which is just tell your McDonald's story. And this is definitely going to bring out those jaded ex-employees like myself. And of course, these fine folk here. Chilling at Mickey D's after a basketball game. Well, you got some positives in there. Hang on, this is one that's almost invisible, but I want to read it. Once I got semolina poisoned from McDonald's and puked so much, even on the side of the freeway, that I could no longer walk. Well then. That, you know what? Maybe if they come back to the next time that they visit the McDonald's, they'll be given some free nuggies. Or free nuggie sauce. Maybe.
It's just a select few. A McFingernail in my fries. A woman McSoliciting McSex in the
Yeah, that's a good one.
drive-through lane. I looked this one up, by the way, it's true.
My friend claims that Ronald McDonald exposed himself to her as a child. Awful.
McRats in the buns.
To be fair, like if as if kids needed more reasons to be afraid of clowns. Would you like some? I'll have a side of McSex with that. Thank you very much. I will never eat I will never eat McDonald's ever again after seeing that rat crawl through the pack of buns. Man, I wish I could tell you about my experiences at McDonald's, but I'm not sure I signed some kind of NDA during my contract. I can't remember. I was a youngin'. I was told if you sign this contract, you'll be able to work, and I needed the money. And in the end, I never even got paid because of my own, my own lack of performance, to say the least. So yeah, no, I can't. I don't even know if maybe that just made the entire contract null and void. You know, maybe I can tell you about the amount of times that we swapped out the expiration date stickers on some of the fresh products that we used in order to make the Big Macs. Maybe I can tell you about that, but I'm not sure. So maybe I can't tell you about that. Worker films rats running over buns at McDonald's. Mouse and bag of buns. That's supposed to be an image, but I guess it didn't load in. McDonald's is back in the news again. This time a Philadelphia McDonald's restaurant is in the news after a former employee released a cell phone video showing live rats scurrying over and around hamburger buns. According to Fox News affiliate in Philadelphia, Carrion DeMaio said he frequently saw mouse droppings on bread and was told by the restaurant manager to brush the droppings off the bread. Throw out the chewed bread and serve the rest to customers. Oh no. There hasn't been a time where we wouldn't go in the back and see mouse droppings on the bread, said DeMaio, who was fired for missing a shift. Yeah, similar situation, I guess. You know what? If he's allowed to say that, I'm fine. I'm fine. This wasn't the first time. This was about the 6th or 7th time he said, that's what made me like, I got to get video of this, he said. DeMaio added, I was going back there to get something else and I heard rustling. So I turned around and I seen a mouse inside the bread. Not on top of the package, but inside of the package. DeMaio went to work for another McDonald's, filmed the mice in November, but he waited to release the footage until now because he said he needed his paycheck to feed his family. Priorities. Good thing the only McDonald's I ever ate at had so much throughput that they couldn't pull this BS. Yeah, no, like I have been told though that at the McDonald's that I worked in my city, the manager has been fired since then. So now I keep on being told that everything is alright in that store, or in that McDonald's. I wouldn't know. I haven't been to it since, so I'll believe it. I suppose. Whatever. Doesn't do much for me.
Oh yikes, this one's real too.
Go back there in the bun area. You're gonna find at least 3 racks that got droppers on them.
Oh god, make it stop. Someone stop it now. But it was gaining traction. More and more people were publishing their negative stories on the hashtag. But it was gaining.
I'll never forget the time I ordered a McChicken sandwich and got huge lump of gristle with a blue vein stuck in my teeth. Oh,
Gaining traction.
not a lot of positives for McD stories.
More.
I saw some drop chicken nuggets in a pile of trash, then put back in the bag and give it to the customer in the drive-thru. No. It's stories like these that cost them millions. Yes, rightfully so. It's like they should just vet their employees better, or just have better work conditions to the point where the employees actually care about being fired or not. Because that's just it, right? It's like you need to produce a work environment for the employees to no longer want to do that kind of to no longer show that kind of behavior, and that either comes down to the managers, in which case they need to they just need to get better at their job, because that's what a manager is supposed to do. It comes down to the employees, which can come from all sorts of different reasons, either indeed just badly vetted, or they are being paid enough, or they're just in a terrible mood and they were still brought in because they had a shortage of workers for that shift, which still comes down to the McDonald's itself. So yeah, multiple reasons that this kind of thing could happen. And also multiple things that could have been done to prevent some, if not most, of these stories.
More and more people were publishing their negative stories on the hashtag. It was gaining traction. More and more people.
Restaurants are always filthy, they never get the order right, and food is often gross/cold. Also terrible for you. Yep. It's mostly the reason why I don't miss never going into a McDonald's.
People were publishing their.
I went to one, and upstate it was disgusting. Flies everywhere. The employees were just hanging around flirting with each other. I've seen this as well.
Negative stories on
the French fries glow under black lights, and one time I found a long black hair in my burger. Like, yeah, no, some of the food that we had already made ready for like the busy hours was food that had been made 2 hours before it was being sold, and it was just being kept warm under a light until we could give them to whichever customers would come in for those products. So we had nuggets that were just sitting there under a light for about 3 hours before they were finally being sold off. Like, that's no longer fresh. Like, it's not like they were put into like a separate thing. They were just in like this hanging net, like this hanging steel net, just under a light to keep them warm. No, the entire respect. Well, no, there was no respect for McDonald's to even begin with, which made it just even worse. Like, all of the bad interpretations that I already had for it were worsened during my time that I worked there. But again, like, that could just be a case of specifically for that McDonald's. Doesn't necessarily have to be for every McDonald's. But it does not help that I haven't heard anything else to counteract that thought, you know? I keep hearing bad things from each of their establishments. So how am I to believe that it isn't the standard?
On the hashtag.
A lot of quality time with quality people and not so quality food.
And once they had used all.
Once my friend found a roach in his soda. He popped off the lid to eat the ice. And there it was, staring at him. Wait, he wanted to eat the ice. Well, whatever. Everyone's got their thing.
More and more people were publishing their negative stories on the hashtag. And once they had used all those up, it progressed to just making up stuff for shock value.
Of course.
I ate McDonald's as a kid, and I'm pretty sure that's why my father left. Closed eyes, sad face. I once saw... I can't say that.
I once saw a homeless man fricking the colostomy of another man with cerebral palsy in a Mickey D's bathroom. Yeah, that does not exactly ring like something that you'd think would be possible. Then again, all you need is one situation where it had happened, right? Don't even start on the whole bullshit with the ice cream machines. See, I've only made one. I only made one Big Mac during my time there, and I didn't even get to touch the ice cream machine. So I can't say anything for either of those two. Except for, again, like the expiration dates and all those little trays for the vegetables, the fresh products. Like that, I have personally changed stickers on some of them. So yeah.
That. But that'll make anyone grimace. Thank you, thank you. Within 2 hours, they pulled down the advertising campaign and, in its stead, put up a far more innocuous little things hashtag. They had a few minor trolls there too, but
not being
it quickly
obese
faded into obscurity. The media jumped on the story, case studies were written, and lessons were learned about not giving the public an in. Or were they?
He's already dead.
July 1st, 2016. Create your own custom burger on this McDonald's website.
Bun, meat patty, semen.
Name your creation. Have it published on the website.
The Technomancer. Taste this delicious piece of history. Okay.
Then vote on the best one and it will become an official item on the menu.
Poo found on every McDonald's touchscreen tested. Traces of feces have been found on every single McDonald's touchscreen swabbed. Oh no. Yeah, think twice about touching those touchscreens.
You knew where this was going to go. I knew where this was going to go. How did McDonald's not? A poem, if you will. The sad European, a thin privilege to go. Bag of lettuce, no tissues, Mein Kampf.
Oh,
so.
no.
The atheist delight, tissues.
Wait, but why did it look so good, though? Like, you got onion, you got bacon, you got cheese, you got some red sauce. You got the burger.
Kampf, just so. The atheist delight.
Yep, doesn't exist.
With a side of fries. The toddler body bag with double ketchup surprise. Pepe the sandwich, a rectal prolapse half-baked. Pound my behind daddy comes with a shake. Girth. The area, a vision of Christ. A whole pineapple with your meal for 10 times the price. A tip for my lady, this one's gluten-free. It's still not too late to vote for Bernie.
Oh no.
Whopper, no onions.
Well, you gotta do Bernie that dirty. Pussy sandwich. Oh man, this video is gold.
Anatomical sandwich. Just grow up, you guys.
No.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
No, we refuse. We are the internet. We will never grow up. We gotta evolve, but not grow up. Adolescence.
I have to shower off. Ron's creamy
monsters.
Surprise. See, this is you fucking clown. I mean, yeah. Naturally, the press seized on it as much as the general public did.
McDonald's created a build-your-own-burger website, and the internet used it to make racist burgers. Yeah, you know, at some point, you might start to think, like, are we the reason that we keep on... Like, what within our system is bringing in all these terrible, terrible things? No, it can't be us. It's the Skinner thing, you know? Like, am I out of touch? No, of course I'm not. It's the kids. Like that's been McDonald's mentality. Like, are we the issue? No, it's the people. It's the people. It's always the people. It's never the business. Always the people.
Laughing at all the dumb sandwiches while also condemning them. Guys, come on, guys, this isn't funny. Come on. The website was shut down and not much remains, except for these, and also this text
Spaceburger. Reddit did this raid.
document I found.
Cheesy chicken. Hillary's America. The spicy bimbo.
Which has a bunch of other sandwich names.
Maybe I shouldn't pause for these. I don't know. Xbox GAF is rigged. I agree.
What ingredients were involved and what they look like, though, you'll have to use your imagination. Next slide, please.
Hot dang.
Prophylactics are serious business.
Let us shake hands in both a fun and safe manner. I see this one is ribbed for my pleasure.
Early 2013, Durex launches a revolutionary new app. SOS Condoms. Download. Select the product.
You know what? I'm going to be surprised if YouTube, when I upload this, is going to ask me, is this content made for kids? No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is, YouTube.
Enter your location, and a condom will be delivered to you within an hour. Oh, perfect timing. Their emphasis was on discretion and anonymity when delivering the goods, and the delivery drivers were in disguise. Pizza delivery guy, police officer. I'm not sure that's legal. A gimmick to be sure. And some people thought it was
an out-of-season April Fool's joke.
It probably is. It probably should have been, to be fair. It should definitely have been for like a limited time. I mean, who knows? Is there like a world safe sex day? Is there like a world protection day? World condom day? Like it probably should have been for just that event and no other day in the year. I'm mostly just surprised by the people that come up with these concepts and just think, yeah, our civilization is definitely going to be quite, you know, they're going to approach this with a very serious undertone. It's no meddling about here. Just keep moving on. Totally. And that's what I've learned of society in these past 26 years on this earth, is that everything is being taken way too seriously.
But people tried it out and it really worked. So they rolled the service out over the tip of Dubai, of all places. But after its first week, the government shut it down, citing it as promoting promiscuity. Booted out, they had a tough time deciding where to launch next. Guys, let's let the audience decide with another online poll.
No, don't.
So people jumped on the website and started voting.
Why do you do this?
A Krispy Kreme donut place.
Tens of thousands of votes were counted, with some of the major contenders being Paris, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and London.
From South Africa to move away from this.
But all of them were outshined, with the most votes counted for Batman, a small conservative Muslim city in
Of course. Yeah, A plus for the internet. A plus for the internet. Bravo, guys. I'm proud of everyone. Like, high fives all around. Fantastic.
Turkey.
Let that be an object lesson in the dangers of tampering with the laws of Mother Nature.
The internet rejoiced. Another marketing campaign to add to the KD ratio. A Facebook post went out from SOS Condoms congratulating Batman and to stay tuned for more to come. But there was no more to come, so to speak. The campaign was promptly stopped. SOS Condoms never opened in Batman. SOS Condoms never opened anywhere ever again. They went silent for months.
Holy cow.
Everyone moved on. SOS Condoms deleted their account and slipped forever away into obscurity.
Yep.
Pizza is serious business. DiGiorno does frozen pizza.
Look, we're not gonna. I doubt that he's gonna go into that direction. But I do know that for Breaking Bad, for anyone who has seen Breaking Bad, there is one scene where you have Bryan Cranston's character Walter White, who approaches the house, and then he starts tossing a pizza up on the roof. And it's one of those cases where, like, there are so many stories of people that have gone over to the house where that scene was recorded. They throw the pizza on the roof, yeah. They go over there specifically to throw a pizza onto the roof. And of course, the current house owners, none too happy with that. None too happy with that whatsoever. And I don't get it, you know? Like, you get free pizza.
And they have a substantial social media presence. Domestic violence is bad.
Yes.
Bold statements only on this channel. Well, Twitter had a hashtag for National Domestic Violence Awareness Day. People were sharing their harrowing stories with the hashtag #WhyIStayed. These were all quite serious and dealt with some delicate and sensitive issues. Then here comes DiGiorno throwing on the accelerator, no fucks given, driving right through the front door. They had pizza.
Holy cow.
Ooh.
Hee, that was a great tweet. I bet everyone is loving it.
You... Oh man. This is why you don't give, right? This is why you don't give your PR position within a company to a 15-year-old who's constantly refreshing the explore page on Twitter just to see what the next trending thing is, and then see how they can apply that to the brand of whatever company they are hired by. You get things like this.
Precisely 0.1 seconds after they posted it, they must have realized it wasn't the wisest move. And they apologized, but the media got involved. So they kept apologizing. And
Let's look at these. A million apologies, did not read what the hashtag was about. See? Exactly.
Apologized, but
the journal interrupts serious conversation about domestic violence to sell pizza. HuffPost,
media got
okay. The journal Pizza provides another cautionary example of look before you tweet.
Involved.
The journal Pizza accidentally makes light of a domestic violence hashtag. The journal is really, really sorry about its tweet accidentally making light of domestic violence.
So the
journal accidentally tried to advertise their pizza in a hashtag about domestic violence.
Kept
skip that one, but yeah, it's only the same trend. Like, to be fair, they're like, this is the best one. DiGiorno's Pizza's Twitter apology comes fully baked. They better had sent out like a free pizza to every single one of those people that were actually serious with the hashtag.
Apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They couldn't stop apologizing.
I'm sorry.
They just...
I promise you never again. I'm so sorry. It was terrible. I couldn't be more sorry. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Relax.
I understand.
Naming your baby is serious business. Put it to the internet, this Canadian couple said. Trust in the kindness and sensibility.
No, but we already got a glimpse earlier, like it very briefly flashed up on the screen. When the internet got to name a boat, what do we call it? Boaty McBoatface. And this was after we had originally scrapped the name that the boat was given in the first instance, because apparently that no longer lined up all that well with PR. So just don't give the power, just don't put the power of something in the hands of the internet. General internet, to say the least. it will never get you the results that you will be happy with.
Put it to the internet, this Canadian couple said. Trust in the kindness and sensibility of strangers. It was Cthulhu Allspark.
To be fair though, like, the internet did better than Elon Musk. But like for real though, like you gotta give them a pat on the shoulder for that one. Like they did better. They did better.
Next. Do you know what kerning is? It's important in print. It's essentially the proportional spacing between fonts.
Oh.
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes two letters close to each other can look like a single letter.
What? Don't you cover your home in a dick?
For God's sake. Alright, stop. Let me finish up with a little bit of a behind-the-meme style history lesson. In the early 2010s, brands were only just finding their foothold in social media. They didn't quite understand how to connect with their audience. The tendency was to be a bit overly formal, stuffy, not quite fun. That is until Denny's came along with a game-changing Tumblr account. They started actually having a good time.
To be fair though, like, I only know of one company. It wasn't even Denny's. I only know of one company that actually did some real. No, you know what? I'll even put it to two. There were two companies that I know of that actually have a rather decent branding Twitter account. One of them is Wendy's. Yeah, Wendy's, absolutely. Like I've seen some of Wendy's tweets, and sometimes I still hop onto Twitter just to see what Wendy's posted as of late. And again, I'm a European. I don't even think we have a Wendy's anywhere within 100, maybe 1,000 kilometers of where I live. I think it's all in the US, right? I don't think there's a Wendy's in the UK. I very much doubt it. The other one, which might come as a bit of a surprise, although I'm not really sure if I would at the moment even consider it to be part of a brand or a company, is Sonic the Hedgehog. Like the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter is actually also pretty decent. But it's Wendy's and Sonic the Hedgehog, and now I guess, like, I think I have heard of Denny's before, but I never looked them up. So I'm curious what the internet historian is able to tell us about Denny's. And by gods, do I want bacon now? 1 out of 4. Oh boy.
With a game-changing Tumblr account. They started...
Oh! It was even Tumblr. It wasn't even Twitter. It was just Tumblr. Can we not go back to that instead? Can we not have Tumblr be the prime location for marketing rather than Twitter? Because the last thing I need to see is another company pop up on my timeline in regards to their newest product. Like, if it all moves to Tumblr, at least I can look at my Twitter timeline again and not get the insatiable hate of capitalism is being shoved down my throat once more. Just saying. Move it all to Tumblr. Would be great.
Actually having a good time. And it appealed to fellow Zoomers, such as myself.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what to ever give me as like a present or a gift or something, just give me some well done bacon. I would do so much for some well done bacon. Like I'm salivating right now just thinking about bacon. Like, why don't we have a bacon specialist this side of the pond?
Changing Tumblr account. They started actually having a good time. And it
well, like the actual
stuffy,
like,
not quite fun. That isn't
this kind of bacon. Like this looks like the crispy kind of bacon, you know? This looks like the bacon where you have either a little bit of crunch on it, or it's the kind of bacon where you need to pull a little bit just to get it off. Like, That kind of well done bacon. Nice and salty as well, you know, or just like the grease drips off of it. Hello, I'm an overweight content creator on Twitch. How are you doing?
Until Denny's came along with a game-changing Tumblr account. They started actually having a good time, and it appealed to fellow Zoomers, such as myself. It took a little while, but soon other brands cottoned on to the strategy.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Arby's does it as well. That's right.
Arby's started posting memes. Wendy's dropped a mixtape.
With some pigtails.
And then went into a WWE-style feud back and forth with Burger King and McDonald's. And
yeah, and Burger King absolutely lost that so hard. Like, Burger King is nowhere to be found anymore in regards to advertising on a level of the more popular ones. And I think Burger King has done way too many mistakes as well. And one of them, maybe I'll get to do a video of that one, or maybe I'll just do a very short chat about that one. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it now, since right now it's on my screen. Yeah, so Burger King a couple of years back, they did some kind of campaign where they looked at Twitch streamers that had text-to-speech upon donations, you know, where like you send in a donation and then whatever message you had along with the donation would be said on the stream by an automated voice. And so what Burger King had done was, in each of those streamers that had the TTS, they would give the donation of $5, and then along with that they would give their basically their ad of like, hey, you know, these $5 that we just donated to you, you can spend on our brand new menu item at your local Burger King. And it was so funny because the advertising video that came along with that campaign, where they so they clipped the reactions of the streamers that got donations from them, because they thought that would make for good advertising material. However, the advertising video that they made of all those reactions featured a whole bunch of fake content creators, as well as fake gameplay footage, and to boot, the TTS messages in which they are advertising their own products goes against the terms of service of Twitch. So Burger King, I think, either got sued or they got some kind of legal approach from Twitter over this action, because it goes against something within the guidelines or something within those rules. So yeah, Burger King massively effed up in that case. Should have just stuck with the actual one. With the actual reactions, maybe, if they actually got some decent reactions. Because, as you can expect, if you do this to a random streamer and they don't expect it at all, you get reactions like, the hell? Or you get the genuine reactions of like, oh no, man, like last time I was at the Burger King, like I had a terrible experience. I don't like the Burger King meals. So they probably didn't even have enough footage of people that responded in a proper manner to them. Let alone that they even went into the effort as to reach out to streamers to maybe set up that kind of advertising. If you want better reactions, you donate bigger numbers. True. But then it would disrupt their point, you know, of, hey, it's only $5, but you can get so much value out of those $5 by purchasing this menu. So, like, well, didn't they donate, like, the bare minimum? Yeah, $5. $5 is the bare minimum for most people to have TTS. So, they donated exactly that. Also, Wendy's with a straight up "at me ho."
Gen Zers, such feud back and forth with Burger King and McDonald's. And Gen Zers, such as myself, lapped it up.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Now that's not to say
Wait, the internet historian is a Gen Zer? Huh. We have no plans to release any Covfefe flavored cola. If you want the taste of incompetence, there are other sodas for it. Damn. Like, that's a throwback.
they all figured it out. Lapped it up.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Now that's not to say they all figured it out. Other brands attempted it too, but without committing fully, they failed to get the same appeal. So into the late 2010s, things were going pretty great. It was a little content renaissance.
Chick-fil-A is officially America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Imagine if we opened on Sundays, had to give everyone else, like Wendy's, a chance to make money.
Your mom is a hoe.
Staples even broke down the whole phenomenon on Twitter and in articles, and I'd like to turn that into a full video soon. But with all these relatable memes floating around, people are starting to feel a little pandered to. Very relatable. Nice, that's relatable. Yep, relatable. Relatable.
Oh man.
Okay, everything's getting so fucking relatable, it's actually kind of annoying. Guys, we get it. You're relatable.
Yeah.
Just stop relating. Stop. Enough. That's it. I can't take it anymore. Alright, silence, brand.
Yeah, eventually you do get to the point where it's an oversaturation of trying to be just like any other Twitter account. You're eventually just going to get so mixed up into everything that it's going to be a reach and a stretch, and no one's going to like that. And then indeed, you've got plenty of Twitter accounts that will so deservedly spam this specific GIF or image underneath those tweets. Sheesh.
And so a new meme was born. The spider crab with laser eyes, Arial font 32 point, white on black bar background, no shadow, text, silence, comma, brand. And it was a very powerful tool. Eminem's pushing something or other. Take that, brand. Hey, fellow Gen Zers, silence, brand. And it became a long and enduring meme.
I didn't even know that this was the instigator. I don't know why, it feels like the silence brand had been around for longer than just the past 3 years. Like, am I wrong in that? I guess I might be wrong in that. But yeah, no, it felt like it was around for longer than 3 years. Then again, though, the past 2 of these 3 years have felt like a decennia in its own. So, you know, maybe it was around for 3 years.
OMG, I feel that. That is such a mood. Relatable AF.
Silence. Sometimes a few brands could crack through it. Silence, Twitter. But for the most part, this crab has become the quality control of Twitter. An apex predator shutting down lesser brands. God bless it. Alright, it's time to stop. That's enough business for today. Thank you for attending my seminar. Here are the patrons. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at all these patron people.
See you at movie night.
Movie night?
Also, I have other videos on the second channel. Sonic cried a little, and Tails put his hand under his face to catch the tears. The chef should have dipped some on his finger and then insisted that the host...
I still feel like I need to check out a second channel.
And also, Shadow Raid Legions on the Nintendo GameCube. It's actually really fun to play while you're watching telly and doing stuff. Use the link.
Well, there you go. That was very serious business by the internet historian. Let's go and watch what Shroud's reaction was to that specific video.
Fleshed out storyline. Dozens of upgradable characters. Fleshed out storyline.
Let's see.
Wait, I just realized this is my one opportunity to say bad stuff about Shroud.
I've watched almost every one of his videos.
He'll never hear it because he always skips my fucking ads. Wait. Red Shady Lemons.
You know what's funny? If he didn't message me, I would have skipped the ad. Straight up, I would have. But he messaged me and said, "Hey, is this okay to put in my video?" And I said, "Absolutely."
Ah, nice.
My word for it. Here's someone from Qualcomm.
Yeah, no, the internet historian has so many brownie points with me because that is such a good. I appreciate this, you know. I like it when content creators go out and go like, "Hey, so I've got this funny bit. Can I use your likeness? Can I use you as a factor for that kind of thing?" Like that is such a nice gesture. I like that. But still, though, like these videos are all awesome, absolutely. Like I wouldn't mind watching the virus videos again, but I've seen these like 4 times now in the past 4 weeks because they're just that damn great, and I don't think I could react to them because like I said, I've already seen them, so I don't want to just look at them and not say anything or react in a manner that is inorganic because, again, like I've already seen it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, be sure to check out my Twitch, where all of this was being live broadcast to. And if you want to catch more of these edited sessions, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below.